Vine stood outside the door, her heart racing with the excitement and nervousness. She had been noticing the symptoms for a week now, but today she was sure. Being a doctor, staying in the medical field for years, she knows her symptoms the best. That she got pregnant, and she couldn't wait to tell her husband about it. Her heart couldn't take the excitement anymore, as it's the first time in 3 years that they're finally having a baby. She just wanted to share it with Jungkook as soon as possible. She went to his study room immediately after coming outside the washroom. But as she reached for the doorknob, she hesitated. Something didn't feel right. She reached inside, but there was a hidden space open behind the bookshelf. She never saw something like that, so she decided to check and stumbled upon a hidden room in the mansion. Her heart rate increased as the room was completely dark, with some stairs to the basement. She never knew a place like that hidden in her own house. As she walked towards the dim light that was coming from far away, she saw a board with her pictures on it, a red cross on all of them. Her heart skipped a beat for a second, but that wasn't it. She looked above the pictures, and Kill Wine was written everywhere on the walls with red. Her breath got stuck with fear as soon as she saw it, and her feet got frozen at her place. Vine felt like her world had been turned upside down. She couldn't believe the man she loved, the man she thought loved her, had ulterior motives. Or did he? She doesn't know anything at the moment. She couldn't bear the thought of facing him. She looked at her belly and rubbed her hand on it, worried and tense. Too much that she almost cried. She was trying to process everything that she heard him call her name from behind. Vine? She immediately turned back and saw him staring at her with dark eyes. She immediately took a step back. Not intentionally. She just did. He was trying to come towards her, to explain her, but she gestured him not to. What's this, Jungkook? What the hell is all this? She shouted. Her voice echoed in the basement. Jungkook's eyes immediately softened up. The thing he was so ashamed of, that he never wanted her to find out, that he would die before even thinking about something like this, happened. His heart sank and his world dropped down as soon as he saw her in the basement. He didn't even want to call her, didn't want to face her, but he knew he had to, because he can't live without her. And he has to explain it to her, no matter how, because he would die if she leaves him too. Jungkook, Vine, listen to me, please. I know that. Vine. No, Jungkook. She shook her head. Wait a minute. I don't understand. Vine. You didn't marry me for this, right? It's not true, right? Her voice trembled as she asked him the question. Her eyes couldn't meet his. The teary eyes of her tried to look at him, but they defeated. Her heart was praying that it wasn't the truth, that somehow something was wrong, and it wasn't the truth. Jungkook's expressions turned soft, his eyes becoming red. His tongue couldn't speak the words he was about to. He clenched his fists, knowing that there's no other option left. He looked at her, facing her right in the eyes, because he's the one who has to take responsibility for what he did, and he'll have to accept whatever she throws at him, no matter how painful. Yes, I did. Jungkook finally spoke, his heart sinking at his own words. But that was before I fell in love with you, Vine. His voice softened. Vine's laughter was bitter. Fell in love with me? You call using me for your revenge a love story, she said, looking in his eyes. Jungkook looked at her, his eyes bleeding. I know I was wrong, but I couldn't help myself. I was consumed by my desire for revenge. But as I got to know you, as I saw your kindness and your beauty, I fell deeply in love with you. I gave up on my revenge, Vine. I swear, I gave it up a long time ago. Vine's eyes welled up with tears. Why should I believe you? You're hanging my pictures on the wall, just like that, and you expect me to believe you? Jungkook. That is literally because he stopped for some seconds. Because I love you. Vine scoffed. Jungkook. I've wanted to remind this to myself daily. That I have to make it up to you for what I did. For what I thought about you. For what wanted I have married you. I saw this daily, and it broke my heart every single day. But I didn't remove them as a punishment for myself. I look at them daily and try to change every day. For you, Vine. His eyes sincere, and his words spoke honesty as she looked in his eyes. Vine looked at him, her eyes teary. Why should I believe you? Jungkook took a step closer, his voice soft. Because I'm telling the truth, Vine, and because I'm willing to do anything to make you right. I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you, if only you will forgive me. Vine's heart ached, her mind racing with conflicting emotions. She wanted to hate him, slap him, but she couldn't deny the love she felt for him, especially after she got to know about the baby. She was so stuck with accepting him or not. She wanted to get him back again. Forget that this ever happened. But she didn't know if it was the right choice. Her head started to hurt badly. Vine, you used me. You lied to me. Jungkook, I was blinded, Vine. I didn't know you would one day be the reason for my whole existence. I wasn't thinking of the consequences. I'm really sorry. His eyes shed tears as he apologized. I'm so sorry, Vine. I'll do anything to make it right. Vine's eyes were tearing up as she saw him in that condition. Although what he did was wrong, but her unconditional love for him made her feel bad for him, made her want to hug him, but she didn't. It's not only about her now, it's about two lives, her and her baby. Vine, why should I forgive you? Jungkook, because I love you, Vine, and I'll spend the rest of my life proving it to you. Vine's heart consumed with the confusion. I don't know if I can ever trust you again. That sentence hurt. Actually hurt his heart, but it broke her heart as well. He stopped and stared at her for some seconds with miserable eyes. Jungkook, I don't expect you to, but at least let me earn your trust back, Vine. Vine looked at him in his eyes, and despite the harsh words she threw at him, he didn't give up on her. He was intent on making her his once again. As they looked at each other, Vine's anger slowly gave way to tears, her shoulders slumping in defeat. Jungkook held her, his arms wrapping tightly around her. I'm so sorry, Vine. I'll never hurt you again. I swear it. Vine looked up at him, her eyes searching for the truth, and as she saw the sincerity in his eyes, she knew she could trust him. Her heart told her to do so. I love you, Jungkook, she whispered. I love you so much that I can't bear to see you like this, no matter what you do to me. Jungkook's face lit up with hope. I love you too, Vine, and I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. As they hugged, Vine knew that their love story was far from perfect, but she also knew that their love was strong enough to overcome even the darkest of secrets. After some seconds, she randomly said to him in his embrace, I'm pregnant. Jungkook's eyes widened in surprise, his face lighting up with joy. We're having a baby? He asked, his voice filled with excitement. Vine nodded, tears streaming down her face. Yes, we are. Jungkook broke the hug and immediately looked at her belly, not knowing if he deserves it or not. He hesitated before touching it. Vine noticed him and took his hand towards her belly. He looked at her, and they both smiled at each other. Finally. Jungkook's face softened. His eyes filled with love and gratitude. His hand trembled as he touched her. Oh, Vine, I'm so sorry again for everything. I don't know if I deserve it, but thank you for giving me a chance. And for this new life we're going to have. Vine smiled, her heart full of love for him. I love you, Jungkook, and I want to move forward with you, not backward. Jungkook's face lit up with hope, his eyes shining with tears. I love you too, Vine, and I promise to always cherish and protect you and our baby. And they hugged each other. Fine. Let's start fresh, Jungkook. No more secrets, no more lies. Jungkook, I promise, Vine. From now on, it's only truth and love between us. Vine, I want to believe you, Jungkook. I really do. Jungkook, I'll make sure you never doubt me again. Vine, I swear it. Vine, our baby is going to bring us even closer together. Jungkook, I can't wait to meet our little one, Vine, and to be a good father and husband to you both. Vine looked at him with gratitude, his lips gradually coming towards her. She accepted them by closing her eyes, and he kissed her. The deep yet soft kiss was a testament to the love they shared, the strong bond that has gotten stronger after all this. And especially with their baby by their side, their little family was complete and loved.